Welcome to ClickAI Radio, where you'll learn the secrets to transforming your small to medium business. Grant has been helping businesses transform using technology for over 30 years. Advanced technologies like artificial intelligence have been available only to large companies and advanced technical teams. Grant will discuss how you can use to leverage AI and other technologies to grow your small to medium business. As a gift, Grant is offering his ebook, AI for Sales Growth, at clickairadio.com. Now, here's your host and biz tech geek, Grant Larson.
Okay, hey everybody, welcome. This is Grant. Welcome to another episode of ClickAI Radio. All right, so bite size, right size AI for your business. What does that mean? Well, when you think about the continual pull, right, on time and resources for the small to medium business owners, it's no good to get AI predictions that are way beyond our reach, right? I mean, if the size of the effort and the work to accomplish that prediction is too big or too much, that doesn't do us any good. All it does is frustrate us. So we need, of course, be able to grow our business one step at a time. And in fact, we often will call that a smart step. Smart in the sense that it's a progression towards a goal or a target. Smart also in that it's the right size. So here are a few pieces to think about when we're going to do a smart step. We go through, of course, all the activities of running our business, but there's a point then where we start working on the data and figuring out, hey, if I wanted to go solve a particular problem, or if I had a particular target that I wanted to go after, we start thinking about that target. But what we do is then we ask ourselves, do I have the business information in order to accomplish that? Some people might say, hey, I'd like to be able to know, are my buyers male or female? Well, that starts to become a bit of a challenge, right? Because lots of times that gets into personal information, right? Things that you can't really share. PII, right? Stuff that you can't pass along. But there's other things we can go after. So, for example, we might want to know what are the periods of time or the factors that contribute to our refunds that are increasing, maybe, hypothetically, right? Or we might want to know, hey, what particular conditions are contributing to us selling a product more effectively in one region or another? So what you do is you think about what target can I go after? And the AI comes back with things like, hey, if you do these things, you'll increase your sales promotion activities on Thursdays and Fridays. Then you know, probabilities are whatever, 90%, 85% that you'll see an increase in sales. Or if you increase the price of a particular product that you're selling, then your refunds actually will reduce, because what it does is it will narrow the field of those people that are buying, and of course you'll get more highly qualified buyers. All right, so there are other kinds of things that we go after when we take a smart step. We might say, well, the AI could come back and say, well, in order to reduce your refunds, quit selling through this particular affiliate, if in fact you were using affiliates or whatever it might be. The goal is to get the right amount of AI applied and get that put into the business long enough and in a short enough time, but then to execute long enough so that you can see the effects of that without overburdening your organization. If you took on too much and actually destroyed your business because you took on too much, the AI then actually turns out to be counter for the business. All right, let's look at a report here. I was evaluating something from Forbes, the Forbes.com. They had this section on what are the things that are being, where AI is being used today. There are 4 or 5 areas I'm going to call out here. One of the areas that they focused on is in this area of marketing, which is what I just started talking about, marketing and sales. Those are the first 2 areas. And in fact, they made a statement. The statement was, if your company isn't using artificial intelligence in marketing, you're already behind. And that has really been the shift just in the last 18 months, right? Not only can AI help develop your marketing strategies, but it's also fundamental and instrumental in executing those as well. So I was talking about the smart step a minute ago. So if you think there's the activities of running your business, there's identifying a target, There's applying AI to your business information and then reinventing at that point, right? So this is a series of reinventions on the business. You're going to reinvent just a small piece, a small step at a time. And the reinvention might be, hey, we will stop or reduce our selling activities in a particular region, right? Because the AI gave some insights on that. And so you do that for a period of time and you monitor the effects of that. And that's a critical activity. We find that a lot of organizations will go do the initial, step, right? Try to move forward, of course, but won't do the level of monitoring and keep the AI engaged. And that's actually a mistake. All right. Another area that Forbes pointed out here was sales, of course. And obviously, sales has got a human element to that. But predicting customer needs, improving communications, for sales forecasting, AI does a great job with those things. So I'd say if you're not applying AI to marketing and sales, you're already behind, and your competition isn't just going to get ahead, meaning the ones that are using AI won't just get ahead. It will actually be a leapfrog. We call it a digital leapfrog. They will leap ahead so far and so quickly that it will take longer for you to catch up than historically it has been for you to compete with other organizations. All right, that's the good and the bad of it. Let's see, AI being used in R&D, of course, right? I mean, we obviously see that taking place today. It helps in research problems and developing solutions, of course, that, never been thought of. What about in human resources? Yes, in fact, PepsiCo uses a robot called Robot Vera to phone and interview candidates for open sales positions. In fact, I found something interesting about this. This is something that we've been applying as well. It's the notion of using AI as part of your lead searching and your hiring activities. So there's this capability from IBM Watson where you can tap into it, and then it will help you do that kind of searching on LinkedIn, actually. So we make that service available through the things that we provide. So if you're interested, reach out to us. It's kind of a cool thing, really, because you think, hey, I can't, constantly, as a small to medium business person, I can't constantly be chasing down on, hey, where's my next leads, right? Where's my next highly qualified set of people? Turns out that with this service then that we use on it, with this IBM Watson, not only can we establish it to do this searching on LinkedIn so that it's working while you're not, right? It's looking intelligently for the right kind of fit while you're off doing other things. But it also comes back and says, hey, not only here's the set of really highly qualified people, but it also turns out that you can take that set and then you can extract a Facebook formatted CSV file that then you can load in and create an audience directly off that and then campaign directly to people that fit that profile. Kind of cool, right? Yeah, so when you're thinking about, hey, I need the right size of AI, first, let me go after a target that's not going to break the business and the organization. But second, let me also intelligently use AI to find the right kind of people to target now that we are right-sizing our organization using AI. So first, picking the right AI-inspired target, and then second, getting the right AI-inspired set of leads to go after. That's a huge hit for your organization to be able to do that. Of course, AI, is applied in accounting and finance, things that you would expect there. Customer service. In the customer service area, I'm kind of on the fence on it because a lot of times companies will use AI and chatbots, and lots of times I'm like, hey, I just want to get to a human, But it's slowly getting better on this. And in fact, we use an AI system for our voiceovers. And in fact, with the videos that we produce, the media that we create, we use AI voices, and most people can't actually tell that they are AI-generated voices. In fact, I just produced one the other day. Check it out. I put it onto ClickAI.com/free-AI-audit. One more time, clickai.com/free-AI-audit. Man, I should have made an easier URL. Hopefully you got that. All right. If not, back up. You may have to listen to that a couple times. What I demonstrated there, and I was making this video is for other purposes. Man, if I could say that, it's for other purposes. But what I did with it was I call him Jim, right? And I'm interacting with Jim, and it's this AI voiceover. Oh, there's another place that I use that as well. If you go to clickai.com, just clickai.com, I put a video. I was practicing building explainer videos, and I was like, man, do I really want to go spend the money for some human to voice over this thing? I mean, it's just going to be hundreds or thousands of dollars anyway to do that. And it's like, there's got to be a better way. And so I've been using this for a while. It's actually really cool. And we actually will use that in your behalf. So if you're ever interested, let us know. We can save you a ton of money doing stuff like that. Okay, so when you're building your marketing or training materials using AI generated voices, they're actually getting pretty good for that kind of thing. It's not as useful for chatbot stuff, right? That's a different kind of AI. But for the voiceovers, it's actually a pretty decent way to save you a ton of money as a small to medium business owner. So okay, here's 4 bite-sized places to use AI today as a small to medium business owner. One's the voiceovers that I'm talking about. And go to those site locations. You ultimately can reach out to me using those sites. If you go to the free-AI-audit site, you can actually get connected and get on my calendar. We can chat. The lead searching and the hiring through that's really cool AI that's backed up by IBM Watson. Again, reach out to me on that free-AI audit. Be happy to tell you how you can get access to that. And then there's another, which is transcriptions, right? And so in the area of transcription, even this very podcast, I use AI to transcribe it, right? For a long time, I was using things like rev.com. They charge like, $1.25 a minute. And after a while, you're like, man, I just want a podcast. I don't want to break the bank, to be getting the message out. Man, I use some awesome AI services there. I actually can make those available to you and save you a ton of bank getting your stuff transcribed. So there's 4 areas, and then there's a 5th. So the 4 areas was voiceovers, lead searching, hiring, and then transcriptions, right? All using AI in each of these areas at super low cost with really highly effective outcomes. The other is the one that I started with. I was calling it a smart step. And that's in the marketing and sales area of your business, right? That's where you're taking some of your business information, your transactions, things like that. You're thinking about, hey, what's my target that I'm going after? And then you're using AI to figure out, all right, predictive with these high predictions, if you reduce this activity or increase this activity, it will have this sort of impact on your sales. Okay, so those are bite size, and that's what we have to go after as a small to medium business owners. All right, everyone, I hope that was helpful. Thanks for joining, and until next time, only take bite-sized AI.
Thank you for joining Grant on ClickAI Radio. Don't forget to subscribe and leave feedback. And remember to download your free ebook. Visit clickairadio.com now.